Hello there guys, Plasm here, welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. I had my mic muted at the end of the last episode, unfortunately. Anyways, now that we have found our hideaway, let's continue and find out what story beholds us. The space-time rift is said to be a portal to innumerable other dimensions. In one such realm, far and farther still on from ours, dwells Almighty Sinnoh. The Diamond Clans? The expanse from antiquity to eternity, and the expanses to all sides, above and below. Time traces the path we tread from the here and now into the future, while space yawns all-encompassingly, surrounding us in every direction. You see, don't you, the two together, time and space, comprises all creation in the universe. How can one claim to be either greater than the other, as those two clans do? They're inseparable. Perhaps the truth is clearer to a wanderer such as you, one who has not known other ages. Now listen, Lost One, here's what you must do. Hisui holds 3 lakes of great importance: Lake Verity, Lake Valor, and Lake Acuity. At each dwells a Pokemon said to embody one aspect of the mind. Complete the trials each will set you and bear their gifts to the shrouded ruins. There you may receive the red chain. With it, perhaps you can bind the world together. Bind the world, you say? You mean it won't close the rift? Kindly spare me your doubts, young man. I know the old world and what they bid us do. How true they are isn't mine to know. And regardless of their truth, I am bound to pass them on. How callous of my ancestors to leave their legends to their children's without a thought for the hardship it would cause them. But here we are. You know your duty and you'll do it, won't you? Of course. There is nobility in knowing what must be done and seeing to it. Your ARC phone is beeping. You can see the location of the 3 lakes marked on your ARC phone. Mr. Kogita's got a lovely workbench here, and if you need materials, I'll be glad to help. I'm always happy to do business with you. What about the pastures? Ah, that is a problem, isn't it? What shall we do about that indeed? Bah! What was that cry? Have we now lost a Pokemon as well as lost child? Do you see it too, please? How could I refuse you, ma'am? Off we go, Plasm. Ah, nice. Hello, hello, it's Nara. Where did you teleport in from, little fella? Guessing it's from my boss. And I got a letter addressed to you, Plasm. To Plasm, you may use my Pokemon as a go-between to access the pasture in Jubilife Village. I've also ensured that you'll be able to utilize our base camps without issue. I have every confidence in your ability as an accepted Survey Corps member to bring this bizarre situation under control promptly. Sincerely, Sleen, Survey Corps Captain, Galaxy Expedition Team. Good tidings from the letter then. It's a secret. Now then, so we're to visit these 3 lakes. It doesn't sound like an easy task, that's for sure. Sure, it'd be wonderful to have a kind soul who might help us out. Quite the opportunist, aren't you, Volo? Such a consummate guild merchant. I've managed to reassure my people for now. The wardens are keeping a close eye on their nobles too. Seems all it's quiet for the moment. And so, here we are. But still, you never get away with openly aiding you. If we were to undermine the commander's direct orders, relations would grow strained. Long story short, we want to help, but without drawing attention, so it'll just be one of us. Me or her. It's up to you, though the answer should be obvious. Okay, who do I want to help me? All right. I think I'm going to choose Adaman because he is my man. Obviously you choose me, right? You gave you the celestial food in the first place. That's right. This is your repping young man. I choose you. Thought so. You can count on me. So then the leftover leader will... Leftover? Unless someone scraps. We'll keep watch on the commander. I imagine I'll hear something useful from him. Of course, of course. And the lucky chosen one comes with us to the lakes. We can fill you in the little details as we go. Well, right, and we'd better get a move on. No time to waste. I'll meet you wherever we decide to go. We'd be in hot water if we were seen traveling together. I'm counting on you to handle this item and don't cause Plasm any trouble. Okay. Let's see. Get some ultra balls going. I'm gonna get one. Yay, I need more iron chunks. Okay. Okay, let's see. We want to go. So, where are we headed? Oh, there was a little place over here like I thought. Let's head here to Lake Verity. Alrighty. Let's see where to go. This way. Makes things much nicer to travel. Okay. They say this lake actually used to be a volcano when it erupted, leaving a huge crater that filled with water, and so Lake Verity was born. It is protected by a Pokémon called Mesprit. It was when Mesprit took flight that people first learned the joys and sorrows of living. Or that's how the old tales go anyways. Your arc phone is beeping. And the cave opens. That cave, it just appeared from nowhere. Is that arc phone the professor was going on about? Let's do this, Plasm. Mistress Kokita seemed quite intent that you would have to prove yourself to all three of the Pokemon that guard these lakes. This challenge was never for the faint of heart. I am going to save. There's something about this place I can't quite put into words. A menacing Pokemon stands before you. Trounce that thing, Plasm. Prove to the Pokemon of the lake how strong you are. Good. Go Staraptor. Alpha. Oh. Oh, close combat, so you're weak against fighting types. Bye, Staraptor. Okay, bring out the champ. Just for safe measures. Finish it. Oh darn it. There we go. Take it out. Nice. I was not going to try to capture that. Alphas are very hard to catch. That's the way, Plasm. I can tell by watching that you and the Pokemon you've caught in those little balls truly understand one another. Now let's see about the Pokemon of the lake. You feel a mysterious presence. Zoom. Okay, before anything else happens, let's just do some revive. Let's heal the champ, and let's heal Staraptor. And let's save. Your emotions, share them with me. They're yours. So it speaks from its mind straight to yours. Makes sense for a Pokemon that embodies an aspect of the mind, I guess. When you fell into this land, what stirred in your heart? Bewilderment. How did it feel to bond with Pokemon and work together? Exciting. What did you feel when you mingled with Hisui's clans? It's a wide world indeed. People with many different beliefs. What did you feel when cast out of Team Galaxy? I accepted it. Take this piece of the spirit to bind the world once more. Obtain Mesprite's plume. Proof that you've completed the trial set by Mesprite, the being of emotion that lives in Lake Verde. This item is needed to forge the red chain. Kiyun. Bye! I can't even imagine what that must feel like, having a Pokemon talk to you with words. Well, the world's full of mysteries, I guess. I can hardly even be surprised at things like these after seeing the sky itself so warped. Now, we've 2 lakes left to visit. Well, let's get out of here. We're in the home stretch now. Looks like that worked out well, Plasm. Gotta admit, you sure know plenty about history, Volo. That's right. You could say it's because I'm a merchant, but mostly I'm just naturally filled with curiosity. I want to know exactly what happened in the past that led us to this particular present. More accurately, I suppose. I want to know where I came from and where I'm headed. I want to know my path, so to speak. I think we all like some answers on that, and don't properly know how we came to worship Mighty Sinnoh in the first place. I've even got some questions about its true nature. Weighty matters to ponder for sure, but we have an important task before us. Do you want to return to Mistress Kogi's home? Yeah, let's go back. Perfect, I'd like to see what she thinks of our progress. Short and sweet. Ah, Mesprit's plume. So the legends told it true. Then the red chain must be real as well. I guess, but it all makes no sense to me. These Pokemon represent our mind, and they'll give us this thing, and it'll bind the world and solve all this mess. But how? Why? Your doubt suggests a keen intellect. I see you're not your clan's leader for nothing. Without the mind, were the rift to widen and the very world to end, would we even know it? One might even say the world, time, space, all creation exists only because our minds are there to perceive it. Perhaps the Red Train's purpose is to let one see certain creation as it truly is. I get it even less now. Such are myths, my child, teaching us about the world in their own incomprehensible ways. They urge us to think more for ourselves on the nature of Almighty Sinnoh and on the nature of the world in which we dwell. You're absolutely right. Myths and legends are such fascinating things to study. In any case, all we have to do is complete 2 more trials and we'll get the red chain. How nonchalant you sound. How confident of success, to which you contribute nothing. You tag along only for the chance to gawk at more ancient ruins. It's an antique tea set. Alright, time for trial number 2. Now we are headed to the Icelands. Up we go! Let's get some height. Here we are, Lake Acuity. You know, I've been told it actually contains seawater as well. Nobody knows why though. It could be a fluke of geography, or perhaps it's connected to a Pokemon somehow. Lake Acuity is protected by the Pokemon Uxie. When Uxie took flight, the knowledge to solve problems was born in people's minds. That's the way the story says, anyhow. Your ARC phone is beeping. Show me the way, phone. A tool that makes caves simply appear from nowhere is quite a handy one to have. Let's go, Plasm. I imagine there may be Pokemon in there protecting the lake's guardian. Take care. Alright, save again. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna call it here for this episode. Next time, we'll take on the last two trials and see what goes on next. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. Comment what you think and subscribe for future videos. This has been Plasm. I'll see you guys next time.